Hey guys, what's up? Good morning. It is Sunday, December the 30th, and I am going to show you guys the stuff that I made recently. Some of the stuff I made, it's already gone to its forever homes. Um, and like there were Christmas gifts for my kids, so you can see pictures of the other stuff that I made. Some of it works when I was working on it, and some of it when it was finished. Um, but this is the stuff I made since Christmas, and so I'll go ahead and get started and show you guys this. Okay. Messy bun hats are popular right now with people, so I've had several people ask for these, and this one is black and gray. The gray yarn is Hobby Lobby, and the black yarn is Red Heart Soft, and it's crochet. As you can see, it's very stretchy, so the person who gets it should have no problems getting it on their head and then getting their bun out. The way I make messy bun hats is I usually use, sometimes I don't, but I usually put a scrunchie in there. And I put like 24, and I did have double crochet. And since it was 2 strands, I used a J hook. But I put 24 half double crochet around the band, or however many half double crochet you need to use to make sure your band is covered up nicely. You want some extra ones so it'll give room for your band to stretch open further than the original ring. That's why you don't want to use a fixed type ring for your messy bun hat, because you want them to be able to open that up to get their hair through easily. So that's one I did. Then I had some gray Caron soft yarn that I've been like trying to figure out what to do with, because it's not as soft as it usually is. And so I made some bun hats out of what was left of it. Now this yarn does soften up with when you wash it, and it does soften with wear. But and hats are items that are worn quite often, so I figured I'll just use the rest of that to make to make messy bun hats. So I made 3 hats from the partial skein that I had left. Okay, and this one I was experimenting with, and my experiment worked out pretty well. Let me see, make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, so this is the spot. See right there? That's actually my seam. And the reason why it's so hard to see is because, and the reason why you see like this little ridge right here, and well, the reason that I use a J hook for this, so that's why the stitches are so big. But instead of going, okay, after you do your slip stitch to join your round, instead of continuing in the same direction, I would turn my work and go back in the direction I just came from. And that helped keep my seam lined up better than going in the traditional route. Yes, you're going to end up with these obvious ridges, but that's a texture thing, and a lot of people don't care about stuff like that. If I'd have used a smaller hook, then my stitches would have been more closed. I apologize, but I don't know. I woke up tired this morning. So, all right. So this one was with the last of it. So this was the last one I made, and so I did the same thing so that the seam would be hard to find, and it is hard to find. So give me a moment. I think this is it. Yeah. So you can kind of see, but you can also see that it's lined up. Even when I did my decreases, my seams stayed lined up. And if anybody needs to see me do that, so that you can understand what I'm talking about, then just let me know and I'll do a little quick tutorial and put it up here for you. But I picked up the stitches and I knit the brim with the last of the yarn. I think I had maybe 6 inches of yarn left, so it went into the little bag that I keep all my long ends in. I use those ends to tie up my yarn. My hand spun yarn, I use it to tie it up, the skeins, in several different places. So that's those hats. Now, the other thing I did was I did a messy bun hat for a little girl who likes pink and gray. Joann's had, I don't know if they still have the sale going on, but they had their Premier Sweet Rolls on sale, 2 for $5. Now, the first time I went with my husband, he was like, "These are 2 for $5. You only gonna get 2?" Because I was just getting some to do the project, right? It didn't click in my mind. In my mind, I'm thinking, $10 each. That's not, 10. I was thinking 2 for $10 was what I was thinking. You see what I'm saying? So I only got 4 skeins. 2 were the only ones left for that color in that store, and that were on the shelves anyway. And the other 2 were these. I don't remember. Let me see. The color is Bubble Pop. But it looks more like a Neapolitan. And I was wishing that they had a Neapolitan. This would have been cool to have the chocolate, the pink, and the white, the vanilla, the chocolate, the strawberry. It would have been a very cool colorway. So, as you can see, the hat is very stretchy, but it snaps back. That's why I like putting knit brims on my projects. So this hat will last her a very long time. And then the brim, because I wanted the brim to be able to snap back, that's why I put a knit brim on it. And I knit the brim using size 6 needles, the square ones. I can't think of the name of them right now. They're the ones I got from New York several years ago. So I made a hat, and then I made a scarf for her. This scarf will last her a long time. It's a long circle scarf, so she'll have this scarf for years. Her color preferences will probably change before, and this scarf will still be in very good shape. And I used the bush stitch for the scarf. The Premier yarn, Sweet Rose yarn, it's the kind of yarn that I think they're discontinuing it because all the stores have either that or they're going to have new colorways coming out and they're trying to get rid of the old inventory. But this yarn, it was awesome to crochet with and to knit with. It almost makes me wish that I had used it sooner, because if it's going away, that's sad. It didn't split. It has great stitch definition, as you can see. It has beautiful stitch definition. Just gorgeous stitch definition. And with the knitting too. There's no way nobody can't tell that that's a 2x2 reel. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have to, it's just wonderful stitch definition. And then look at these half double crochets. And with this one, I didn't use the technique of turning around to do my rows, and it's easier to see the seam because I didn't use that technique when I turn and going back and forth. So I think I'm going to do that with most of my hats from now on, use that technique. But yeah, so that's done, and that'll be going to the mother of the little girl on Monday when I go back to work. So what I'm working on now is I had another partial skein of Caron, and it's in this blue. Now this is the thing. This is soft. This is soft and it's very drapey already, right? But that gray yarn with Caron is rough feeling and has a rough texture, and I had to wear my finger guard to keep from rubbing my skin raw, because you guys know I crochet pretty quickly. But so now I'm working on a scooty. Alright, so I'm almost, well, I call it a scooty. It's a scooty. They've been around for a while, but what I do that's different is I actually join my scarf in the round. So they have the hood, and they can take the scarf and they can wear it, twist it around in a cowl around their neck for even tighter, nicer fit. Or I was thinking about putting buttons on this so that the person could put their scarf on however they want, and then have 2 buttons here, and then they could just slip it in between these double crochet and button it in place if they want to. Or put the buttons on the side of the hood, and they could take the scarf and they can button it when the hood is done, button it to the hood if they wanted to. Button across their face on the hood. You know what I'm saying? Button it. Options, just options, okay? So that's what I'm working on today. And then I did a scarf in the bush stitch using some of this, whatever the guy's name is, this guy. Ms. Rahi. And the colorway is called Imperial, like Chinese Imperial Red. So I did it in the bush stitch using that. So I'm thinking about using this, the rest of it. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 full balls in this partial skein, and there's like, this is a lot of yarn per skein. It's 328 yards per skein, per ball of yarn. It's 90% acrylic, 5% metallic, and 5% polyamide. Now this yarn was in the mill ends bins at AC Moore last summer, over the summer. And because I like the way the metallic is broken up, but it wasn't supposed to break up like that. I guess its melting point was lower than what the designers wanted, or the process that they used on it was not proper, and they had hot areas that caused some of the metallic thread to melt and bead. See? So it melted and it beaded in places. But I like that because it's like a big sparkle area. So it almost looks like a field of stars. I wish they had some in black when I went there, but I didn't see any black at our store. I think some stores had some that was black with that. But yeah, so I'm thinking of a project to make with that right now. But as I said, they were having yarn sales, right? So I like making those magic pot holders for my husband for the kitchen, and they seem to disappear out of our kitchen all the time. I don't know what happens to them, but they're not in the house. And I know I didn't throw them away. I didn't set them on fire. I didn't burn them. Which might be some of the things that's going on with kids, you know, and they don't think, and they might just throw something away and not realize that they left the pot holder wrapped up or up under something, you know. But so he picked out these 2. They were $1.50 each, and then we used our military discount to get it cheaper. So he picked out these 2 for his new pot holder. So I'm going to be working on those after I finish this scooty. So that was 2 of the balls of yarns that I got. You guys already saw the other one, which was for a project that's going out of the house. So it really doesn't count because I got paid for it. It basically paid for itself. So I got some yarn. As I told you guys, I'm going to become a grandmother in May. So they had this on sale, $5, about regular price, I think. And AC Moore, the regular price was like $9.99, and I think at Joann's the regular price for this was $12 something. But I don't normally use this kind of yarn. It's that velour suede looking yarn, but I thought it would make a really soft blanket for the baby. So my daughter, she's an artist, as you guys know. I've shown you some of the stuff she made. I've shown you some of her artwork before in videos. But she didn't want traditional stuff, so I chose these. So I'm gonna do a star blanket for her, for them rather, and with the dark and alternating with the stripe. This one, no, this one. It's backwards on my screen because if I mirror it, then I think the writing will be backwards for y'all. But if it's like this, then you guys can actually read the writing on some of this stuff. But these have 574 yards a piece in them, and it's called a number 5 bucket. However, as anyone who's used this stuff knows, it's a little on the stretchy side, and I would say it's truly a worsted weight versus a number 5 bucket. If I use a big hook, I can make it stay looking like bucket weight. But if I use a smaller hook, it's gonna be more like a worsted weight than a bucket yarn. So I got these two, and I got these from AC Moore, and I got the cotton from AC Moore. Yeah. I was hoping people would have, because I went to AC Moore to see if they had the big handicraft cotton from Burnett on sale, or like Peaches and Cream sometimes have the big ball, like a traditional skein of yarn from on sale, but it wasn't on sale. Everything else was on sale, but that cotton yarn wasn't on sale. So, like I said, I got this from Joann's too, from the dollar samples, because I'm gonna be doing a hat along with some ladies. They probably already did their head stuff, but this is the one that I got. They're $1 a ball, and I estimate they probably have about 80 yards. No, it's 65.6 yards, so this should be more than enough to do that hat. It's a Pearl Ridge hat, and it's a 50-gram ball, and it's a number 4. So this is the yarn I got to make my hat with. Okay, I'll sit it right there. And so then I'm gonna show you all the rest of the yarn I got. So I went back to Joann's because, remember, in my mind I was thinking they were 2 for $10 when they were 2 for $5. So I went back and got some more. Now, I have the 2 off skeins in here too from the previous trip. So this was one of the ones that, it was the only one left at Joann's, but when I went to AC Moore, there's plenty more of this. So if I start using it inside, I want to make other stuff with it, I can get some more of this from AC Moore. And I think they were 2 for $5 in AC Moore too. Or AC Moore just had them up there for like $2 and something a ball. So this was, I got 2 of these. This is the purple. It's not showing up good, but it's the purple. It may or may not show up good with the light on. It's purple, gray, and white. So I had got 2 of these. I'm putting stuff in front of me. And, this was I really like this one. It's like, it reminds me of some of those paintings that they show you of Greece and the sea. So it's like greens and blues. And the colors are not coming up true colors, but you get the gist of the idea. So I got those 2. And I already know that it's enough yarn to do a hat and a circle scarf. So that's probably what most of these are going to become, hats and circle scarf. But I might take and do another, because since this is the purple one, right? So I might take the purple and gray and the purple ones and do another blanket. There's the other purple. Alright, so that's the gray and white. And then I have 2 blues. And this was the other, but this was a gray and white one. This was another off one at Joann's. This was the last one of that color. When I went, they probably put more stuff out by now. And then they had the Premier Everyday Yarn on sale for $1 and some, in like $1 something a skein. So I got, and my husband liked this one, so I'm probably gonna make something with this for him. So I got this one, 2 of those. I got these 2, which is not showing up. It's showing up more of an orange, but it's not. It is a real pretty red. It is on the warmer side, but it's still a red. And then I got this one. They're like, so this is like less than $3 for 2. Okay. So I got those 6. Then we're using our military discount, and I think there was a coupon that we could use for our entire purchase as well. We ended up spending, it was like $20 some dollars. I was surprised that it was that cheap. I thought we were going to be in the 30s, but hey, those discounts come in. So if you can get military discount, use your military discount. Sometimes they can use your military discount along with the stuff being on sale, and the fact that they let us use the discount and a coupon means they're trying to get rid of this stuff. They're trying to get it out of their store, or they're just being nice to veterans. I don't know. Don't care, but thank you anyway for the yarn. So yeah, so that's the yarn I bought, which, like you guys know, I really didn't need it, but after using that yarn, I was like, I want to use more of that yarn. I wish I would have used it way before now. So that is the yarn. That's all the yarn I got. Now, I did place an order on Etsy for some buttons. My green buttons came in. So I'm going to show that to y'all. And my stitch markers came in. I'm going to show those to y'all too. I've ordered the stitch markers from Amazon because they had like discounts. And I was like, I'm going to get some of those buttons. So I did. So I got like 1,000, not buttons, but stitch markers. So it's like 1,000 stitch markers. And I got it for like $6 and some change with my free shipping. So these are my green buttons. My green buttons finally came. And I'm leaving them in the plastic, but I'm going to put them in the box with all my other buttons. But these are the stitch markers. They're the light bulb shaped pins. And they're all multicolored. So I got these to use as stitch markers. And they work very, very well. I love them. And there's so many of them that I ain't going to cry if I can't find them. They're not special. Okay? So I got those. And my buttons came. I also got, I already put it away, but I had gotten some needles, some Zing Pros, some Zings Knit Pros, and 4mm, some straights, because I think I'm gonna do like just some basic scarves with some of the some of my what do they call it, with my scrap yarn. Just make some basic scrappy scarves to get rid of that scrap yarn. And these needles were sent to me by Ephraim. And these are also Knit Pros. I think he said he already had these. These are 5.5 mil. But yeah. So, and they're beautiful. They're very slick. Not slick as in the yarn. I mean, the yarn, the yarn stays on these very easily. Your stitches just don't fall off. I'm not that loose of a knitter anyway. So, but yeah. And then these were the other needles he sent me. It came with a magazine, I think. And he gave those to me as well. because he already had needles in that size. So yeah, so that's all that I've got going on. Like I said, I'm getting ready to cast on this hat. I'm going to go ahead and cast it on today and get the brim done. If it's working up nicely with this yarn, then I'll go ahead and cast on. I'll just keep on working on it because this is crochet. You guys, like I said, I crochet real fast, so I can finish that anytime. It's not for a particular person. Anyway, I was just trying to get rid of that skein to get it out of my bin. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on a Star Blanket kick, probably a virus shawl kick, to try and use up a lot of that acrylic that's sitting over there in my bin. And the thing about the yarn, I usually buy the big skeins because usually someone eventually is gonna ask for something in that color again. But after this Christmas season is done, and if I still got a whole bunch of that yarn left, I want to get it out of my way so I can put up my other yarn I got during the sales. And so I'll be figuring out. I'll probably do some slouchy hats too, just to go ahead and try and work through that yarn. So hopefully by April, plus I gotta make some baby stuff in acrylic, because I'm a believer of making your baby stuff if you're not a knit-worthy person. And I'm not about to be trying to be washing a bunch of handmade stuff for the baby that's in wool and alpaca and stuff. I ain't got that kind of time because I work full-time. And it's not my baby. So I'm going to be making her stuff in acrylic, stuff to make it easy to just throw it in the wash machine, hang it up to dry, or throw it in the washing machine and throw it in the dryer. I got to do some cloth burpee things too. So I'm going to be looking online for some softer cotton, because I didn't like the supply what they had in the stores over when I was checking, and then the cotton blends that some of them had weren't the softest stuff that I want and soft. And then the ones that I did find that I liked the colors, they were always baby colors, and I'm like, well, not like the colors, but I like the yarn and like the texture. It was just in baby colors, and I don't want that much pastel in my life. So I'm be going online looking for cotton and cotton blends in adult, not necessarily adult colors, but you know what I'm saying. Something besides pastel. Come on now, get with the times, people. Let that pink and blue brainwashing go. Colors are meant to be used. Why would you subject a child to just pink and blue? Give the child a rainbow, man. Give them a rainbow. So they can be like, you know, visually stimulated all the time. And then when they're asking the colors, pink, blue, that's all they hear and see, and they're around them. So you need to give them more color in their life. Maybe do a mobile with little mini squiggly octopus in the colors of the rainbow. Do Roy G. Biv. Okay? So, I really don't have any rants right now. At least I don't think I do. But, I'm hoping my knee is starting to feel better. So I'm hoping to start spinning again next week as well. So I'm going to try to allot out an hour of time for spinning. My camera is crooked. Oh, I'm sitting crooked. It don't matter. I have some warm water in my cup that I've been drinking. And it actually has been helping soothe my heartburn. It's pretty cool. Just drinking plain warm water. Who would have thought? So I'm going to let you guys go. Be good. Be good to each other. Yes, I will be doing a pay it forward, Ashley. So, y'all know the routine over on Facebook. I'll have my post ready to go. At midnight, it goes up. The first 10 people, stateside. No continental, no territories, none of that stuff. The first 10 people who comment on my Facebook post, they can get either a hat, a scarf, a circle scarf. If they're a knitter or crocheter, a skein of my hand spun yarn. a baby cocoon if they're pregnant or they got a baby coming into their life. And the other thing that I'll do sometimes is if they have an elderly person in their life and they want a lap blanket for them for when they're sitting in a wheelchair or they're sitting up, and something to put up over their lap and legs to keep them warm, or throw across their shoulders. I make it the size of a traditional baby blanket, which I think is like 48 by 48 by 36 or something like that. So I make it, that's how big I make my lap blankets, lap gans. Because most places that I look online trying to find like an average size, they had that size as the size for lap gans too. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing on my Pet Forward. If you follow me on Facebook, and it's not going to be under the Shespins, it's going to be under my actual name. So if you're one of my friends on Facebook, it's going to be going down as usual. I need to look back. I don't even remember which year this is. So I think this is I want to say the 5th or 6th year. It might be more that I've done this. And I have fun. And it gives me some stash busting reasons to be busting in my stash. To get some of the acrylic out of my stash. And my goal this year is to empty out my acrylic stash of stuff that was given to me. Because I want to work with some of my nice yarn. As far as like by nice, I'm saying I want to work with some of my natural fibers and yarn. I want to work with some of my hand spun. This is supposed to be the year of the hand spun. So at midnight, I'm gonna use some of my hand spun to start a hat. Well, I don't wear hats. What should I start? I do wear fingerless gloves and socks. So I think I'll use, but I could, well, like I said, I ain't trying to be washing and cleaning stuff for the baby. So I think I will revisit that idea. I know I'm gonna make some fingerless gloves, stuff that I'll wear. We'll see. I'll look for some projects. Scarves. I wear scarves, hats, circle scarves, fingerless gloves, and socks. A lot of my yarn is sock weight yarn or finer. Shawls. I wear shawls too. So yeah, I need to find some projects for my hand spun that look good with hand spun. And so yeah. Alright, so it's been 30 minutes. This just is a little bit longer than what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to be like just y'all, hit it and quit it, so to speak. And just show you what I've done, show you what I've bought, and then roll out. And that seems to be working fine for me, and it seems to be working fine for you guys. So, like, comment, subscribe if you know what I'm saying. Share my mess with other people. My control room. It's my craft room, my creativity. And not all creative people are neat freaks. I used to be a neat freak. My husband broke me from that. He was like, these kids can't even have fun and enjoy themselves because you're standing there wringing your hands like all nervous acting, and they're looking over their shoulder like, what's wrong with my mama? And as soon as they put a toy down, you pick it up and put it back in its place. They can't have fun like that. Same thing in the kitchen. He's like, I can't even go down there and cook and have fun in the kitchen because you're right behind me washing plate dishes and stuff. I wash as I go so I don't have a big mess waiting for me later sitting in the sink. And I still do my wash as I go. I just don't go down there in the kitchen when he's down there messing with him while he's cooking. So if I'm cooking, I wash as I go so I don't have a bunch of dishes left waiting for me when I finish. So that's just the thing. My house is lived in now. It's messy looking. It's messy. But it's lived in and loved. So back when I was in the Navy and I was younger, I realized it was very sterile looking in my house. I would clean that house from top to bottom. Before I went to bed, I swept all the floors from top to bottom, cleaned the bathrooms. It's just, I spent so much time cleaning that I wasn't spending time with my kids. And that's one of the things that I regret. But he broke me from those obsessive habits, which sometimes I wish I was still a little obsessive about cleaning. But maybe when I retire, then I can become obsessive about cleaning. But one of the things that I want to do this year is I want to take this room apart, and I want to do a deep cleaning in here. Because, well, we moved back in this house in 2014 or 13 after the fire. So yeah, so it's due, like each room is due a breakdown and deep clean. And then we can go through stuff and take stuff to Goodwill and things of that nature. So okay, alright guys, I'm gonna go. I got work to do. Y'all take care.